hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T-Roy. Hello, T.
Hey, pal.
How are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Been better.
Been better?
Yeah.
Have you been worse?
Much worse.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
We're not rock bottom.
No, we are so far from rock bottom. But, I'd always heard about, people with knee issues or arthritis-y type things. And they know when a rain's coming. You've heard stuff like that.
I've felt stuff like that.
Okay, see, I never really got that. I never had great knees. Had knee surgery, broken my ankles multiple times, both of them. And I never got that feeling. But this is the first time the weather's been like pretty cold. I mean, it's going to get way worse.
Yeah.
Since I had back surgery, and it was a rough go today. It was bad.
Yeah.
So I hope that's not something I have to deal with. I hope it was just something else.
Was it cold in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was kind of cold. Yeah. And then I went outside. I ran a few errands. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it had nothing to do with it. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but
It's possible. No, I definitely have plenty of ailments. And
like your neck and stuff,
my
like
neck,
hip.
my back, my pussy, and my crack.
Yeah, all
of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sure.
Dude, when it rains, I'm like the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz, man. Everything creaks and snaps and cracks and pops and just aches. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Just those rainy days, man.
Old man.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, it sucks so bad. You know what else sucks, T?
What?
When there's jack shit going on in the world that anyone wants to talk about except fucking...
Is there still a war? They didn't end that shit yet?
No, they haven't ended anything.
So much for Swift.
Yeah. This is the problem, too, is no matter how many times we say it, like, hey, take anything we say with a grain of salt. We're basically retarded.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, highly functioning, but fully retarded.
Fully retarded, especially when it comes to world events or things like that or historical shit. There's better podcasts out there if that's what you're looking for.
Well, right. If you want specifics, expertise in one specific area, sure, you could dial that in. But, if you just want bullshit on a broad scale, where else could you go but here?
Yeah, I like the way you used broad.
Yeah.
It's good. And that's exactly what it is. It's like this broad scale, like, wow, this happened. Because I've been getting kind of not.
You got to have an opinion on everything, essentially.
What's that?
You got to have an opinion on everything.
I know.
And pretend that you know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you haven't figured out yet by now that this show is wing it as a motto, just winging it, then I don't know what to tell you.
I do extensive research. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you don't.
I thought hummus was chickpeas.
Yeah, so did I. I thought that it sounded better than what I was saying. Hummus, whatever. I like hummus better. And I'm a big fan of hummus.
Big time.
I am. You wouldn't have pegged me as a hummus guy, but I can fuck up some hummus.
It's good for you, too.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going on in the world. It's still going on. I have found myself, I wouldn't say inundated, but I've had quite a few people reach out to me.
All right.
And they run the gamut, but it's a lot of it is like, that thing you read from Al Jazeera yesterday was bullshit. And I'm like, okay.
Thanks, Jew.
Yeah, tell me you're Jewish without telling me you're Jewish. No, but some people pointed me to some decent places. Like here, you can. It's a longtime listener of ours sent me a link to something that was like, it's a 20-minute read. But what I found is, as far as independent news goes, they're about as fair and balanced as you're going to get.
Very true.
And so it's like, well, what's Palestine's side say? What does this side say? What is my opinion of this all? And it's a 20-minute read, and I read all of it.
Definitely.
And, I felt like, okay, after reading all that, I don't think we were that far off yesterday.
No.
With what we were describing. Like, we might have missed a couple decades here and there
sure, there's
in the battle.
Some dust-ups in between here and there. But
what are you going to do? And we didn't go back 1,000 years. We didn't go back to 500 A.D., when shit started. A lot of people seem to think, look, Israel has won these fucking wars, and these people need to just fuck off. They've lost.
Yeah, just take your L and go.
Take your L. You keep taking an L. Fucking beat it. And then there's a lot of people that go, well, what's going on with the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip is...
But they got all the waterfront over there, didn't they?
What?
Palestine?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Some. I mean,
that's what they're fighting over, I think.
Quite a bit of beachfront there.
Yeah, I think that's what they're fighting over.
Yeah. Well,
the Israelis want the beachfront condos.
Apparently,
like, that's our shit. Fuck you.
Apparently, what they don't like about the Jews, because I always just thought it was Jews. I thought it was the curls, the beanie, but it's more than that. And they should be able to get along and whatnot. And apparently, the Jews are like, no, you stay here, and it's kind of this boxed-in outdoor prison, ghetto shit box that 2 million of them are forced to live in.
Yep.
And they don't like that.
No.
When
it used to be their land.
Yeah.
Right?
But then you got to win the war, dude.
Well,
what do you want me to say about it?
Right.
Well,
hey, I get it. And that's why, they're funded by people on their side.
Yeah.
Israel's funded by people on their side.
And Israel's going to fucking wallop, dude.
Yeah.
Israel's going to fucking take a hammer to these sons of bitches.
Yep.
And a lot of innocent people are going to die.
A lot. Already have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hamas this afternoon.
I'm not saying that
we won't spend a ton of time on this, by the way.
And my whole point, I wasn't saying that Israel deserved it by any stretch. I'm just saying
say that, no.
That's not what I was saying. But I was saying that it didn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This attack, wasn't just they were just walking down the street and they got sucker punched from behind. Like,
right.
Oh, what did we do? Oh, poor us.
Yeah.
No.
I used to have this discussion with G when he would talk about Trump and it was a few years in, right? So we'd gone through like the debates and all the shit. Now he's president. Now he's been in office for a couple years. And G just can't stand him. G is like, fuck this guy, everything about him, the way he attacks people. I'm like, counterpuncher. And this is what Israel would claim and does claim.
Yeah.
Look, hey man, we're not swinging first, but we're gonna fuck you up when you try.
Yeah, but we'll hit last.
Yeah. And so G's like, why can't he just blah blah blah? And I was like, dude, it's like the old Bill Burr bit. Like even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating. You know what I mean? Like imagine, I said to G, imagine we're here, you and I, in your living room, and the warden's not home. And for 2 hours, I sit around and I'm just fucking poking you. I'm just shoving you, fucking antagonizing, going. She walks in the door right at the moment you turn around and punch me. Mm-hmm. Now, is it like, under no circumstances are you allowed to blah, blah, blah? I said, that's basically what this guy is what you're seeing.
Yeah.
What you're getting to the point where you want to ignore 4 straight years of just fucking everything that comes out of his mouth is Hitler-esque and blah, blah, like all that shit.
Yeah,
and it's like
poking the bear.
Poke. Constant, every minute, 24 hours a day for 4 years. What would you do? Mm-hmm. You'd fucking slug me is what you'd do.
Yeah.
Right? And you'd be sort of justified in that. Sort of.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And it's, like I said, I don't believe that we're being told the whole truth. And whether we are or we're not, I don't know. I don't believe
so help
that
us
we are.
God.
That's all. So I can't put an intelligent spin on it because I don't know the truth. I don't know the facts.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that everything we've been told is completely above board.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Well, I think that there's a lot of Palestinians who do not support Hamas.
I would hope so.
Hamas is what it is. Yeah. Okay, it's however that was built or sparked. You can have this debate about ISIS.
Right.
Same way. Like, well, there's a reason they kind of jumped out of nowhere and had to be dealt with.
Yeah.
You could say the same thing about Hamas. Like they didn't just wake up one day and But if people are pushed and, for decades and whatnot.
At some point, you pick up a stick.
This is born. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the reality of, like, if you're trying to, get a more full picture of things. Now.
Well, just because, I mean,
but
there's like a bigger guy and a smaller guy.
Yeah.
And that the smaller guy continually getting his ass kicked because the other guy's just bigger. Doesn't make the bigger guy right. It just makes him bigger and continues kicking. Well, eventually, you're going to pick up a stick. You're going to pick up a rock. You're going to pick up a gun.
Yeah.
Something to try and level the playing field.
Yeah. You sound like you support Palestine or Hamas quite a bit.
Not at all.
Sometimes.
Not at all.
Okay.
No. I support people not getting fucked over.
Yeah.
I don't support violence. I don't support war. I don't support innocent people being killed.
Yeah. They're too late for that.
Yeah.
At this
Way
point.
too late.
Yeah.
And that's been decades.
But what's going on here? You've got Hamas is just launching rockets And so we're seeing these images, a child development wing of this hospital blown to shit. Strike was just one of many launched by armed wings of Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, who declared they were targeting multiple locations in the southern and central Israel with rockets. Benjamin Netanyahu shared an image of a child's bed with its sheets soaked in blood, along with the caption, "Hamas is worse than ISIS." Israel's
how ISIS feels about that.
Yeah, right. Well, what's left of them? The last guy took care of them. After who was it? Obama declared him the JV squad. I believe that was his quote.
That's exactly what he said.
The JV squad, he called them. Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes demolished entire Palestinian neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so,
indiscriminately.
Well, I think they're at least trying to give off the illusion that it's not indiscriminate.
Of course, it's what they're saying.
A little more,
So there was nobody innocent?
Hey, man, these aren't my words. I'm just telling you.
There was no women and children in those neighborhoods, were there?
Fuck yeah, there were.
Okay.
They and hospitals in the Gaza Strip are struggling to treat the injured. They've got dwindling medical supplies. Gaza's 2 million residents, living in that ghetto, boxed in that ghetto.
Square mile they get over there.
Yeah. And they call it a ghetto, too. They're like, it's a shit box. They're basically outdoor prisons. They're not allowed to leave and, whatever. Their 2 million residents lost electricity. God, that sucks. Lose electricity and you're being bombed.
That's a ghetto. They're probably used to it.
Yeah,
not
maybe.
Paying the bill.
They have one power plant, ran out of fuel, shut down.
Oh.
Only power plant stopped functioning at 2 p.m. The war has claimed at least 2,200 lives on both sides, only expected to escalate further from this point. An Israeli defense official vowed that Gaza will become a tent city with every building razed.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're not happy.
No.
And Israel Defense Forces spokesman Jonathan Conricus said they're sending infantry, armed soldiers, artillery corps, plus 300,000 reservists close to the Gaza Strip to execute the mission we've been given by Israel's government. Now, that mission, this is to make sure that Hamas, at the end of this war, won't have any military capabilities by which they can threaten or kill Israeli citizens again.
We're going to take out every Hamas we can find. We're going to take every weapon, every missile, every gun, every fucking lighter, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, why not just
You'll be throwing blades of grass at us.
Fuck it. At this point, Israel, just take out all Palestinians and just take Gaza back.
Yeah.
And then you're back to a one-state part system and you're all set. Who cares? At this point, fucking finish the job.
Yeah.
Just dicking around. It's been fucking,
well, you're
centuries.
talking about 2 million innocent deaths at that point.
It's innocent, schminnocent.
Yeah.
No one's innocent.
One man's innocent is another man's guilty as shit.
Of course, exactly. I mean, listen, once you kill the first innocent person, you already crossed the line.
Well, if there ever was a line.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So
there's a mom, and this worries
just
me.
make sure hummus can't ever come back. I'm gonna start calling them hummus.
Hummus.
Yeah.
And then what's the other group across the street?
The PLO?
Northern. No, not the PLO.
Iran?
No, the other terrorist group. Hezbollah?
Hezbollah,
yeah.
And then
PLO, Hezbollah's going to get all riled up, and now you're fucking around in Jordan, and
isn't that something with Palestine, the Palestinian Liberation Organization or whatever? PLO?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I was thinking of I thought you were talking about the Irish.
Oh no,
those dudes.
The IRA.
Yeah.
No, the PLO.
Yeah.
That's Palestinian, I thought.
Palestinian Liberation Organization, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend. There is a
Palestinian Liberation Organization.
All right,
hey.
Boom. New York City daughter was among hundreds slaughtered at that music festival.
Yeah.
She's on TV now going, oh, by the way, when they're done murdering Jews, they're coming for you, Americans next. I was like, oh, great. Wonderful.
Sure they are.
Now she's in a mood.
Of course, she's just spouting off.
Yeah.
But well, they just want help. They need fucking backup.
Yeah.
Why would they be coming for us? We didn't put him in a fucking ghetto jail.
Her name is Hani, Hannie. Her daughter, Aurea Ricardo, 26, cute too, was gunned down at the Supernova Festival, along with 250 others. Mom says what moms usually do. She brought light wherever she went. She's
lit up a room.
Yeah,
all that, yada, yada.
Her interview on MSNBC.
Apple of my eye.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, we're not trying to make light of it, but we do so many stories.
It's the same every time.
It's what parents say.
Yeah, nobody. No kid was ever an asshole.
No.
She could have been a little twat.
And she might have been the absolute apple of all our eyes.
Possible.
It's possible. More than likely.
She could have lit the fuck out of this room when she walked in.
Maybe.
For all we know.
More than likely, kind of a twat sometimes.
Yeah.
But no parent ever goes, yeah, for all her lightness and shit, she could be a real pain in the ass. I am not going to miss that about her.
This one, moody.
Couldn't take the younger one, could they?
Nice.
No, they had to. Oh, Jesus.
Fucking Jap. I just got canceled. Shit. Remember that one?
Which one was that?
Jewish American Princess.
Oh, yeah. She was a real Jap.
It was like a slur back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah, to call somebody a Jap.
Yeah. Jewish American Princess.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of them.
What?
So she said the U.S. and the world must display a united front against Hamas. Every dollar you give to Hamas, every dollar you put there goes for terror. It doesn't go to poor Arab people that live in Gaza. They could have turned this place into paradise if they'd invest the billions they got from EU and other organizations, if they invested it into the people of Gaza instead of bombs and focusing on how to get rid of as many Jews, Israeli as possible. There might have been peace. The only thing I can compare these monsters, these inhumane beings, are the Nazis. I know Israel bombed Gaza, but we never start. We always respond. I feel for these Palestinians. I feel for them, but they are hostages in the hands of Hamas and Iran and all these terrorists. They have no other focus in life than to kill as many people as they can.
Hamas and Iran put them in their little ghetto prison, did they?
Well,
is that who's holding them hostage?
This is one woman's take, and she just lost the light of her life.
I understand. I'm just putting a little perspective on things, that's all. And what do you think is going to happen when you go in there and you just kill all the military-age men, essentially? Is what's
Which is what they are.
What's going to happen. You know, I know, that's what's coming here. I just heard a story about the Sheriff Bouchard.
Yeah.
Put out a statement about this organized transnational
I've heard
crime,
about this.
something like that.
There's one in Detroit.
Yeah, that they're targeting Oakland County, and robberies and stuff. That they're robbing houses, and it's they just say national. Just from South America. Coming up, and the organized crime. Anyway, what do they think is going to happen when they kill all this military age men?
Yeah.
In Palestine. And do you think it's just going to be peace? Do you think that the next generation's just going to grow up being Israel lovers and everything's going to be okay? No, they're going to be plotting their next attack. It's just never going to end. That's what I said.
Israel's going to say the same thing. They're never going to forget their loved ones that were bombed at a peace music festival.
This has gone on for centuries.
Yeah, I know.
It's not anything new.
Right.
So, and it's never going to end. So I said, so you just fucking smoke them all. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Go scorched earth.
That way,
yes.
I mean, if that's what you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because this is never going to go away, and this is not going to help. I understand, that you're bringing swift justice, from your side, but it's not going to end. It's not going to change anything. It's just going to keep the escalation. It might shut them down for a little bit until they can regroup and get some more dudes and some more fucking missiles.
They
but
said
you know what they're going to do?
Half of the people there are 19 and under.
In Palestine?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the rest got the fuck out? I didn't think they could.
I don't know.
That seems crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, it's not going to go away. And this is not going to end well. And it's not going to, no matter, you might win this battle, but you're not going to win the war.
Can you win the war? Can anyone win the war?
There's no war against Palestine if there's no Palestinians.
Here's the problem.
Smoke them.
Here's the problem.
Nuke that bitch.
You could take lumps and then you move on to another piece of land somewhere. Start your own island.
Where? What?
No, I know.
So now you got to go start a war with somebody else to go take their land.
Yeah, right. It doesn't.
You don't
work
get
out
to just generally kick them out and put them into a little fucking ghetto prison like Israel did.
Yeah. Well, here's the tougher problem. You're talking about Holy Land. That's what they're fighting over. I know you don't care. Do you think they don't care or they don't know how important that land is? You're talking about the birth of Christ.
Who?
Jerusalem.
Craig?
Yeah. I mean, dude, my point being, you can laugh all you want.
I understand what they think.
Right. They're fighting over holy lands, and you know how reasonable the holy are.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not. They're based in faith. And faith is nothing you can check.
If they weren't there to begin with, then what gives them the right to that land?
Who?
The Jews.
Well, the Jews were there. Jesus was a Jew.
Was he?
Carpenter.
Depends on who you talk to.
I think it's pretty well established that Jesus was a Heb. Yeah, right?
Okay.
Am I wrong about that?
Sure. According to a book somewhere that some dude wrote, a bunch of dudes, some stories.
You talking about
fables,
the Bible?
Whatever you want to call it, sure.
Yeah, the Bible recognizes Jesus as a Jew.
Of course. He's probably a superhero.
Yeah. I can never tell when you're fucking wrong. So, here's where I came to. I'll end this discussion for the day with T-Roy here on this one. And this made it easy because I'm not one to choose sides, especially when I don't know shit. I'm more inclined to go, yeah, I've seen the Rabs act like real cunts a lot of the time and be, the Jews don't bother me at all. I love the Jew.
About Weinstein.
Well, fuck, not every Jew.
About Epstein.
What? Some Jews are dicks, yes, but by and large.
So some Jews are dicks, but all Arabs are assholes?
No, not all, but the ones that have,
Some?
the ones that are Allah Akbar and everywhere, it seem like shenanigans abound.
Okay.
When BLM takes a side, I know that I'm taking the opposite side.
Okay.
Okay? When you talk about terrorist organizations, you might as well just throw Black Lives Matter right into that group.
Sure.
This is a scam. They scammed their followers and supporters. It is the biggest fucking racket on planet Earth going. It's a crime syndicate at this point. It's a cult. And they've done nothing to help anybody. All they've done is line their own fucking pockets. It's a catchy slogan. Black Lives Matter. Wow. Well, what do you know?
They got merch and everything.
They got merch and everything. Yeah, Patrice Cullors is living high on the hog. Why are they involved with all the trans issues? I don't know. Ask her trans wife.
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works. Buying $6 million properties in Toronto and Southern California. Like, how are we helping Black lives? How are we doing?
Yeah, in exclusively white neighborhoods.
Yeah, are we exclusively white neighborhoods? Behind gates, by the way. Electronic gates in Southern California and in Toronto. And multiple other places. Not a single fucking park in some shit box in this country. Nothing.
How about some rec centers, things like that?
No. YMCA's propped up. No fucking nice new park, and we're funding security for the next 10 years so the kids can come here and safely play. No, none of that shit. None of it.
Patrice is living well, though.
Patrice is. She is.
And her whole family.
Yep. Her and her family. I mean, her 5-year-old had a birthday party at that house.
It's good. Good for
Great.
him.
Yeah. Had a blowout. I think DJs, everything. Fuck yeah. So BLM has gone on a posting rampage as it doubles down on its support for Palestine. So I was like, okay, I know what they usually stand for. So I'm clearly on the other side.
It's good.
This one now.
Yeah. All right. That did it for me.
Yeah. It's all I needed. Wait, BLM's on that?
Jews!
Yeah, I'm Team Jew at this point. I'm not standing with BLM on anything. They actually
Yeah, you actually had me on
dude.
when the squad was over there.
Yeah. They posted a picture of paratroopers with a Palestine flag that says, I stand with Palestine.
Wow.
And then when they were called out for it, they took it down and said, yesterday we sent out messages that we aren't proud of. We stand with Palestine and the people who will do what they must to live free. Our hearts are with the grieving mothers, those rescuing babies from rubble who are in danger of being wiped out completely. Following the removal of that post, the BLM account continued to show its apathy for Israelis, and while apologizing, continued perpetuating its stance. Zionist haters worried if kids are running this account. Here's some young folk who are determining the future of this city and also helping to stop Cop City in Atlanta. Maybe y'all are around incapable kids. I don't know. But ours are heroes, our future. They can type if they wanna. So people were obviously, when they're like, what do you have, children running this account? What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
And
Can I speak to the grown-up in the room, please?
Yeah.
Oh, there aren't any. I forgot.
Anything is possible. Never did we think we'd be apologizing to Zionists, and we certainly never imagined they would organize for us. Free Palestine, free us all. Their apology was slammed online. It's literally the same message without the pictures this time. Another said, you was proud and you thought the liberals would support you. Now that the left is divided on this issue, you want to backtrack. So is it liberals? Are they talking about this particular issue? Or are they talking about Black Lives Matter in general?
No, I think they're talking about this
issue.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, because there's...
the squad is one way.
There's a whole lot of liberal Jews.
Yeah, yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Even AOC is like, fuck these. She's breaking with the squad.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's broken with the squad. So...
I don't know the real facts, but all things seem to point in the direction that the Palestinians were trying to think of the right term. And the Israelis took over, pushed them out, and then now basically has them imprisoned in some way.
Yeah,
for lack of a better term, because I can't think of the perfect terminology.
Well, that's the way I was reading it in a lot of stories.
That's basically how this has gone down. Now, you don't have any empathy for the Palestinians that are fighting back against that type of tyranny.
Yeah, not when BLM's on their side.
Yeah.
It just fucks everything, man.
I don't
No,
have a dog in the fight necessarily, but it's...
Of course I do. It's no different than what we see here when people are, when American citizens are born into a life of absolute squalor. You cannot just say, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Like, some people are born on third. A lot of us are not born on a base.
That's not even close to the same.
Well, it sort of is. When you're talking about...
Yeah, but you're born, but you can be born fucking poor in whatever.
Yeah, in America.
On first base, or whatever your analogy would be that...
Right.
You bunted when you were born. Whatever your analogy would put them.
I'd get picked off in the first.
They can still score.
Yeah.
Palestinians can't.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to.
Right.
They're the ump that's calling them out at first every time.
But you wonder, my only point was people that are born in abstract poverty, right?
But why are they in poverty?
Okay. Irrelevant. They're innocent.
No, it's not. Not if it's because
if you're talking about a child born into a fucking Cabrini Green in Chicago, right? That kid's opportunity to get out of there, can he? Of course he can. He could be the next whatever.
Yeah.
But the odds are horribly stacked against him. Horribly.
I don't think you're looking at this the right way.
All I'm saying is when people go ape shit in the ghetto and start fucking raising shit and wanting to burn the whole system down, that's their point. So you can imagine what it's like for Palestine. I'm trying to side with you a little bit.
Well, no, I understand. But you're saying like that kid tries to leave the ghetto. Nobody fucking hits him with a stick,
right?
And sends him back in and says, "Sorry, you can't cross this line."
Yeah, but very few try to leave. That they would never get the stick analogy because they don't try to leave. They end up living there forever in absolute subhuman conditions in a lot of respects. Is my only point.
Okay,
so I can see that with Palestine, where it's like, okay, you've essentially got a 2 million person outdoor prison and these are just what I was reading today about this. I was trying to get more perspective on it, and believe me, we sound like dipshits to a lot of people.
I sound like a genius.
Man.
140 square miles is what Gaza is.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Nice little piece of land you got there, guys.
I wouldn't be complaining about 100.
Right on the water. Miles. Shut the fuck up and make the best of it. Build up. Stop fucking around. Quit whining.
Quit throwing rocks. Build up. Yeah. I don't think they have much for electricity right now and food.
No, that's good. Keep the lights off. That way they can't see what they're bombing. Smart.
Smart, yeah. I don't think this helps, though. Black Lives Matter putting out
paratroopers fucking logo. That's insane.
Sakes, man.
I mean,
it does show you the level of their
desperation.
Or their power. I mean, we're paragliding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're parachuting in, like...
How'd they get up in the air in the first place? They got planes?
I don't know. Maybe
I guess.
Wrist rockets. They
shoot them up there?
Shoot them up there. I don't know. Probably, yeah. Jumping out of
trebuchet?
What?
A trebuchet?
What is that?
You know what a trebuchet is? Okay.
What is it?
It's like it's a fancy catapult. You know, the ones that like have the counterweight thing that instead it's like a catapult is like a just tunk like this. The trebuchet has like a third mechanism that like goes so that you get like 100 times better than a catapult.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. Have you ever been around a trebuchet? I'm the only boucher I know is Bobby.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
I think I'm saying it right.
Trebuchet. Is it French?
I'm guessing they probably had to use it in a war at some point. There you go. One of them there things.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, but it's got like an extra like counterweight mechanism thing to where this goes and then it makes that arm when it swings
launches
like fucking boom. Yeah, they have a pumpkin.
It's kind
launching.
of okay.
They have pumpkin launching contests with the trebuchets. They throw these things like a fucking half mile.
Yeah,
dude, it's amazing watching these things launch.
It's like soccer players when someone would do the flip throw in.
Yeah,
you ever seen those?
Yep.
Yeah, and they just launch it all the way across the field because that. Oh, I'm sorry, Cece. Baby's laying there. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I think I've said enough bad shit.
Yeah, you know, it's.
Can we watch a pumpkin trebuchet?
Yeah, for sure we can.
Just because it made me think about it. I don't know what this one. That's 4 minutes.
Yeah, get there. You go. 111. I like the blue skies, man.
There you go. That's pretty. Yeah.
You know, something about blue skies.
Oh, slow mo.
Oh yeah, that thing's going to the moon.
Yeah, it's prehistoric.
Why is that so fun?
It just is.
You know what I mean?
I don't know why.
There's just something fun about that.
I don't know why it is, but it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's an old school weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they had, to counteract a cannon that predates the cannon. There was a catapult, but you had to be within 100 feet to get there with the catapult. But somebody came up with a trebuchet, and they could lob it from
half a mile away. Yeah, I've seen Game of Thrones. It's great shit.
They have trebuchets in there?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know if they were trebuchets exactly per se, but they definitely had the
trebuchet per se.
Trebuchet, yeah. Trebuchet per se, but they definitely were launching shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
it's cool stuff.
All right, moving on.
3 female doctors have sued L.A. County, Los Angeles County, for ignoring their complaints about a prominent surgeon who allegedly stuck his fingers in a hip wound of an unconscious patient and made sex noises. He's fingering it, claiming, "I found the G-spot." Dude.
No wonder we couldn't find it. It's in the goddamn hip.
It's in the hip. Who knew?
Right?
Dr. Kwon knew.
Poor Steve Scalise.
Dr. Kwong. Fucking, Steve Scalise. His G-spot exploded. By the way, they nominated him for the new speaker today. Speaker of the House.
They still have to vote on it, right?
Yeah.
It was him and Jim Jordan.
I don't know. I think the Republicans nominated him, so I don't know what that means now, but it just happened this afternoon.
Okay. I knew it was kind of between those two. They were the two front runners of it.
Yep.
I like Jim Jordan, though.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun to watch on TikTok, man. Seeing him and going
after
ball
buster,
people.
Yeah.
He's no bullshit.
Yeah. Give me him and Rand Paul as a duo, and I'd vote for him.
Who's that some bitch from down in Tennessee, another younger guy who's good as shit, too. I think he was attorney general at one point. He ain't fucking around. I mean, you just watch people get their asses handed to them on those, council sessions or whatever. Whew. Yeah. So, can no bitches ever have fun? Look, the guy's out cold. He's had a hip thing, and he's like, found the G-spot, ladies. Like,
I can see having a bit of an issue with that.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Especially being the women. Yeah, if there's a bunch of dudes in there, they probably laugh and high five.
Yeah.
Smell his finger, whatever.
Yeah, of course. Duh. One would act like he's going to stick his dick in the hip hole. Like, that's what guys do. It
Sure.
never gets old.
No, but yeah.
Ladies got to understand, though, while wildly inappropriate, it's
still funny.
It's still funny. We're looking for a laugh.
Big children, that's all.
Yeah. We never fully grow out of it is the problem.
Right.
That's
why fart's always funny.
Yeah. That's right.
It just is.
Yep.
Until you smell it.
Yeah. Dr. Louis Kwong, former head of orthopedics at UCLA Medical Center in Torrance, California, is accused of sexual harassment, retaliation, discriminatory behavior. The plaintiffs.
All three of them?
Yeah. Dr. Haleh Badkubehi.
Let's just call them The View.
Yeah. Dr. Jennifer Sue and Dr. Madonna Fernandez Frackleton. Yeah, you think you're going to fuck around next to Dr. Frankleton?
Madonna
Frankleton. I don't think so. All claim they were demoted when they complained about Kwong's behavior.
Oh.
Life lesson, ladies.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just next time, just jump in and start finger banging the hole.
Chuckle a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey.
You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Don't bitch about it.
Yeah, you whine about it. It's like no one wants you around Fracklebot, whatever
Who was
Frackleton.
really hurt?
Maybe the hip guy.
I was just inspecting the wound.
Yeah.
Relax. I made an inappropriate comment while doing it, but it was part of my job.
I made some sex noises.
Get into the fucking walls.
Administrators ignored complaints about him for years. There was intense misogyny that existed at the facility, with all three saying they were paid less than their male counterparts. Mm-hmm. There's usually facts on either side as to why that may be. I don't know what that would be.
Well, I think that's actually just a statistical fact at this point.
Yeah, bitches make less. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the name of the game these days. It's better than it used to be, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, way better than it used to be. One of the most damning allegations.
When you become the smartest person ever on Jeopardy, you can have even pay.
Yeah, there you go.
When you can crack the top 10.
Yeah.
And not be a chick with a dick.
Yeah. When a lady doesn't kick the shit out of all of you ladies.
Yeah, then we'll talk.
One of the most damning allegations by the women include that Kwong committed sexual misconduct on unconscious patients in the operating room. Dude, that does suck. This is my nightmare.
Yeah?
Yeah, that I'm going to be out cold on the operating table and they're all going to come in and laugh at me. They're all going to like pull my dick out and be like, ha ha. Flick a ball. You know what I mean? Like, that's my nightmare.
Well, I mean, if it's what was the term they used in there that he performed or that he
finger banged?
No. But I mean, it's a sexual that he not sexually assaulted, but what was the term they used?
Committed sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct
on unconscious patients.
Okay.
Plural.
Is that?
Yeah.
Right?
He also allegedly asked for a baseball game to be put on the television that was monitoring a patient's condition.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, the Dodgers were probably in the fucking thick of a race, dude.
Game 7.
Dude, the Dodgers have been hot forever. If he's on call, he's on call. It doesn't mean...
Fuck this guy.
Can't watch the Dodger game.
What if he had, like, the seats right behind home plate, and he got the call, and he had to come running in there?
You mother...
Can we at least turn the game on so I can see what happened?
Yeah. They're like, but it's monitoring his heart rate. It's like, I'll monitor his fucking heart rate. Throw on the Dodger game.
Yeah.
Okay?
My heart's going to stop if I don't see this game.
Kwong also carried a gun at work. Well, you never know. Okay. Did he shoot you with it? Then what are you bitching about?
Right?
Did he pull it out and aim it at you?
Yeah, you wouldn't have been bitching about it if there was an active shooter on the fucking campus.
And now we're talking. He brought it into operating rooms. Again, did he shoot someone with it?
Right? Hey, you got to protect yourself at all times.
Badkubehi claims in her lawsuit she saw Kwong engaged in, quote,
oh boy,
finger banging of surgical hip wounds. That's
finger
her quote.
Banging?
Finger banging of surgical hip wounds on an unconscious patient. He was making sex sounds and saying he was finding the G-spot. Kwong also showed an anesthetized patient's dick to Badkubehi after being told it was huge.
Look at the size of this thing.
Look, you ain't gonna believe this. It's like blah, 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 blah.
Come here. Whap. Whap.
Get over here, Badkubehi. Blap. Blap.
Right? And what? And you're afraid of that?
Yeah.
That's all right. They can throw my dick around whenever they want. I have no problem with it.
He's like, this thing's fucking huge. Dude, I would respect that if he's like, bro, you got to get in here and see this thing, man.
Right?
You know that black dude that's sitting on the bed and his dick hangs down to the floor? It's like that. He's in our fucking ward. He's out cold. Don't worry about it.
You wake up out of surgery, but it's just high-fiving you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Good for you.
How would you like to be in Southern California reading this story going,
wake up out of anesthesia, just rock hard?
No. 2 years later, you're reading this article like, oh, those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I knew it.
Kwong was my surgeon and my cock's huge.
I knew it.
I'd be showing it to everyone I know. Remember my my hip surgery?
This was me.
That was me. I guarantee it. You want to see it? You want to see what Kwong saw that day?
Right.
He also asked other Harbor UCLA employees who wants to take body shots of Dr. Badkubehi. What does that mean? Body shot, like
body shots?
Take body shot, like pictures, or
I'm not sure what that means. I mean, body shots, like I think of like tequila, taking shots off their body.
Probably, because the next sentence says the doctors also felt encouraged to attend strip clubs together and were sometimes taken against their consent. What kind of weak ass doctor chicks are you? You go, Kwong, listen, you want to go get your fucking jollies off at the body shop, knock yourself off. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, come on. Go for a drink.
Yeah, don't be a prude. We'll do body shots off
You'll be fired.
Yeah. Like,
Sure, that's exactly how it went.
You don't have the strength to stand up to Kwong at that point and be like, bitch, I just did a 13-hour shift. The last thing I want to do is go get hammered with you at the bar.
Look at skanks.
Yeah, no.
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I've seen enough naked bodies today, thanks to you, Kwong. During a lecture to students, Kwong asked Badkubehi must be pretty hot.
Oh, all right.
She's involved in a lot of this. Who wants to do body shots off
She must
her?
have the good eyes.
Yeah. So he asks, so he's giving a lecture to students. So you can imagine that theater seating. Badkube.
I think that's Korean, though.
What?
Badkube.
Badkube?
Yeah,
Maybe.
That's Korean.
Okay, so Badkube is there at this lecture. Yeah. Kwong is also there. Kwong's talking to Jesus Christ, dude. Enough. Kwong is also talking to he's holding court, right, for the students. And he asks, what sexual position causes a penile fracture? He would not let them go until they got it right.
Okay.
Reverse cowgirl is what he was looking for.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, you can
the angle,
really,
the dangle, yeah.
Depending on what kind of buck back you're getting with a reverse cowgirl.
Well, especially, you raise up just a fraction too
high. Too hard and come
then,
back down. Yeah.
You try that re-entry.
Yeah.
Right in the perineum.
Yep. Boom. Snap that thing right in half like a pencil.
Yeah. Right in the taint. Taint working no more.
Yep. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I hear it turns purple immediately.
Oh,
and then it's bent.
Oh.
It's bent.
Yeah. I've had some problems with re-entry, but fortunately never catastrophic like that.
Yeah. I've never had, I mean, you almost need to be taming a wild horse to really get that kind of buck back and throw. If you're just in a rhythm, no big deal.
Yeah. I mean, enough to like kill the mood. I've shut it down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But not, I never had to go to like the ER.
Yeah.
Thankfully. It never turned purple and got bent.
Bent. It's bent. That's what the chick said talking about Clinton's dick. It's bent. In late June, the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education placed Harbor UCLA on probation after a visit resulted in all 64 emergency department residents submitting a complaint about toxic work environments. Complaints were lodged against the hospital's orthopedics unit where Kwong was in charge.
And there it is.
Yeah. Despite the hospital CEO saying these allegations against Kwong here are really serious, nothing changed. No. Nothing at all. Speaking to NBC.
Yeah, because all the bosses are dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. Go get him, Kwong. Yeah, I would have showed her the dick, too. It was huge.
Right?
Why wouldn't you?
How big was it?
Thanks for calling me an asshole. So Dr. Madonna Fernandez Frackleton said, I love working with patients. It's an underserved population, the working poor in LA, and really satisfying and rewarding to care for them. But our system should respond to complaints about the inadequate care they are getting. Hold on. Okay. Inappropriate, maybe. Inadequate?
That's to be determined, right?
That's quite a leap, because none of these accusations we've heard have said, like, oh, yeah, he removed the wrong hip.
There's none of these that resulted in a malpractice suit or anything that I'm aware of.
By all accounts, Kwong is an exceptional orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running the department.
Speaking lectures?
Yeah. He's teaching the youth of tomorrow. Yeah. Like, so
if you can't fuck around on the job a little bit, what's the point? You gotta have a little fun.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, it gets boring and mundane.
Yeah, don't just be throwing around stuff like, oh, they're getting inadequate care. Yeah, bullshit. Maybe inappropriate, but not inadequate.
Yeah, those are not the same. And there's a strong accusation.
Carol Gillum, who represents the doctor, said, this story is unfortunately an all too familiar one about powerful doctors at prestigious teaching hospitals abusing patients and flaunting their own privileges and connections to the men who are supposed to supervise, discipline, and remove them. This comes days after it was claimed that a jailed, now Columbia University gynecologist, Bob Hayden, soon as I read gynecologist.
Jailed gynecologist.
Jailed gynecologist. Right. Isn't that usually how that goes?
Well, yeah.
Former gynecologist, jailed kind of gynecologist, accused gynecologist. It's kind of like Scoutmaster without children. You know what I mean?
What's the point?
What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have any kids, but you want to take a bunch of toddlers into the woods?
Oh, we did the story on him.
Probably.
Yeah, that's the 64-year-old former doctor from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Convicted of sexually abusing hundreds of patients.
Yeah, he's got 301 additional victims.
Oh, here they come.
Yeah. They called him the most prolific serial sexual predator in New York State history.
Wow, yeah. Impressive numbers.
Yeah, he's put up real numbers. Columbia has agreed to pay out $72 million in settlements, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, because I remember asking the question if we were talking about Columbia the country or Columbia University.
Yeah.
When you were talking about
too.
Because I was like, man, this sounds like some third world bullshit going on here.
Last October, a former gynecologist, not jailed, not accused.
All right, just former.
Just former.
Why?
I don't know.
Seen enough. Just
he was
trauma.
And he was at UCLA. Yeah, he's seen
one awful too many.
Way too many. He was found guilty on 5 counts of sexually abusing female patients in a criminal case that came after the university system made nearly $700 million in lawsuit payments.
Well, that's why it's former.
Yeah. Dr. James Heaps.
Okay.
Longtime UCLA campus gynecologist. He was found not guilty on 7 of the 21 counts, and they were deadlocked on the remaining charges.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he got off, no pun
intended.
Boy, oh
boy, being a UCLA campus gynecologist.
Strong.
Yeah. Strong.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be. I don't know if it still would be.
I'm sure it's right up there. That's Nasser-esque.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I often said if I was a gynecologist, you want to be as professional as possible.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You have to have an understudy to take the big ones.
Yeah. No, I would have my office policy would be 18 to 28.
Have a door like 12 inches wide.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't bring your gross shit to me. I'll forward your information on to, that other gyno. Yeah. But, I'll play with it a little bit, spit on it. Taste it, make sure everything's up to snuff, take it for a run around the block, and then send you on your way.
That's how you get on the news.
Yeah.
That's how you become a former gynecologist.
That's why I'm not a gynecologist.
Anymore.
Some people think that's wrong. Fine.
I mean, you got to know if it works. That's all I'm saying.
Top rheumatologist now has been sued by a former patient.
Who the fuck's a rheumatologist?
Well, let's just say, rheumatologists diagnose like arthritis, inflammation in bones and joints.
That's the only thing I knew was rheumatoid arthritis. So but I didn't know that was like a specialty.
You know what they shouldn't be doing though?
Diddling?
Even if you're a top rheumatologist, you shouldn't be around the vagine and the titties.
Well, it depends on where the arthritis is.
Do chicks get titty arthritis?
Well, I don't know. We're finding that out right now. I'm doing some case studies.
He has been sued for conducting unnecessary pelvic and titty exams, where this woman was sexually exploited, abused, harassed, and molested. Allegations have been made against Dr. Derek Todd, as well as his former employer, Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, where he allegedly
what was it? Bring him in?
Brigham and Women's.
Brigham in Women's Hospital.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
He allegedly sexually assaulted female patients. If your name is Mimi DiTrani.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. She was a former patient of Todd's. Like, if I saw that on my client list today, I'm seeing Mimi DiTrani?
Well, yeah, you got to go. You got to see what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I got to inspect this further to make sure I know what we're talking about here.
Yeah. I'm horrified I went to him. He's a specialist in very rare autoimmune rheumatological conditions, which I have. She claims Todd performed repeat titty and vaginal exams, as well as asked her a series of invasive questions about her appearance, sex history, and sexual activity. You know this is always coming next. Who is that?
Mimi DeTranny.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, I mean, the temptation is strong with this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to be very thorough with this examination.
Yeah.
I know, but it's my finger, Doc. Well,
yeah.
I know where your finger goes, and I have to find out the root cause. We got to work this backwards.
Maybe that disaster of a painful finger is what's, you keep jamming it in that hole downstairs,
Exactly.
and that's the problem.
That could be the root cause. Listen,
These
I'm the
stories-
doctor here.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Where did you get your medical degree?
Yeah.
No, I got mine from Columbia. Lay down, take your shirt off.
Let me see them titties. The stories always start the same. Okay, he's repeatedly doing my titty squeezes and my vagine stuff. And I'm here because, I've got some arthritis in my fucking knee.
Yeah.
So the stories always pick up here. She continued visiting for appointments through January, at which point she changed to a remote contact until she felt pressured to move to Massachusetts for more appointments in June and July. I questioned it because I thought maybe I imagined it. It's a doctor. Boy, oh boy, he should stand on that and go, yeah, of course she imagined it.
Yeah, yeah.
And what she's thinking.
Wasn't me.
I mean, her name is Mimi DeTranny.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I mean, I've never even seen her titties. When you trust someone to help you out, you see them and you're very vulnerable. And when they violate that trust and they hurt you instead of heal you, it can be very frightening and not easy to process. I had a hunch. Why did I go back? But that's why I want to say it's not your fault. These people know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You could at any time.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you know, if I went in with like a chest cold and the female doctor there starts fucking grabbing my dick and balls, of course I'm coming in for a follow-up with her. Of course.
Yes.
Be like, this is different than any other doctor I've been to. This is wholly inappropriate.
Yep. I'm not sure if I'm
tomorrow.
getting any care, but this is fine.
This is great.
Right?
Yes, I'll be back tomorrow.
I wasn't sure, but when I heard him go, I figured something was wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, right there.
When he said, all right, lay back, I'm just relax. It's just going to take a second. And then he took his glove off, licked his finger, and
Yeah.
had one inside me and the other one pinching my nipple.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't sure, but he's a doctor.
he is a doctor.
So I trusted him.
Yeah.
Which is sad. That it is. You trust these people with your most vulnerable fucking.
Yeah. But don't you think you'd know?
Yes.
Maybe that's a guy thing versus a chick thing. I don't know. I feel like I know so many women who would absolutely smack the shit out of that doctor.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, I think it's
Hat's not one of them.
I think it's probably.
But my sister.
I think it's
Beth,
probably done
like,
in a way that makes it confusing. Would be my guess. I don't think they go. All right, lay down, rip the shirt open, just start sucking on a nipple and just
like
start
we would
fucking going in there.
Yeah.
No, they probably like, okay, let's see here. Okay, yep, good. Okay, nice, fine.
Yeah.
Good, really, really good. Okay, does this hurt here? Does this hurt? Do you feel any pressure here? Do you feel? What about this? Yeah, I feel that, Doc. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, just checking. Everything seems to be in check here. Good.
Yep.
And you keep going. You got to be subtle with that stuff.
Yeah.
I'd make a great gynecologist.
Yeah, you would.
I'd be a good rheumatologist.
Yeah, you would. You'd be a top rheumatologist. At least 32 women have sought legal advice, so it's not just Mimi DeTranny. Mm-hmm. There are others.
Any other names I can look up? See, check my man's phone.
No, I imagine they're going to look a lot like Mimi DeTranny.
Yeah,
they're not going to look like old Frackelstein, Madonna Frackelstein.
I wanted to see his team photo. see what he's working with here.
Yeah, my guess is they all look like Mimi. He's accused of performing not medically necessary exams on his patients. Again, to your point, T. Well, where did you get your degree from, ma'am?
Yes.
That you can make that statement, that these are medically unnecessary.
I mean, even Nasser had the balls to find some weird loophole in a fucking 300-year-old fucking book.
Yeah.
See, right here.
Right here.
It's
Sir, this is before they had tools. It's like, I know, but it worked.
It's peer-reviewed and everything.
They say, we have been inundated with phone calls. He wanted to know about their sex lives. He wanted to know in detail about what happened with their husbands or their sex lives. He exploited women for his personal gain. He convinced patients that he could handle their gynecological exams, that he could handle their titty exams.
I got it all. Just come to me.
Yeah, just come to me. One-stop shop.
But you're an ear, nose, and throat doctor. I know, but I
Yeah.
had a minor in titties and vagines.
Yeah, and I'm more of an ears, nose, and deep throat kind of doctor.
There you go.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He convinced, let's see, in a statement, Chuck Morris, chief medical officer at Brigham and Women's Hospital, said Todd's conduct was investigated following 2 complaints. He was fired last July. We deeply regret the harm Dr. Todd's actions has caused. We take our duty to care for our patients and keep them safe extremely seriously. We have and always will act decisively on allegations of misconduct.
Oh, boy, that fucking hospital's going to pay out the ass.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, Doc, if you really want to get into vagines, and maybe he's just cherry picking, he's like, look, if I go with some joint swelling, some inflammation of joints, I go that route, no one's going to come in with an exploding blue waffle and expect me to do something.
Smart.
So then he can cherry pick the Mimi Detrans of the world.
Right.
He gets a hot one that's got a fucking quirk in her elbow. She's got a little tennis elbow going, a little inflammation.
Yeah, you can get down there, get a little whiff. Make sure check the atmosphere before you go in.
Yeah, he bends down right away, right at crotch level with that little triangle hammer and starts banging her knee.
Yep.
Slips right up the skirt, whatever. But I like the way he's playing this because he could have gone any route. And he probably thought, I'd love nothing more than to do titty and vagine exams. But he's like, then I'm going to see all the broken ones.
Yeah, then I got to see them all.
I get all the fucked up ones. If I do rheumatology, I find the hot fucking mom with a little bit of tennis elbow.
That's gotta, I mean, being a gynecologist has got to ruin pussy for a guy.
Yeah.
It's got to ruin pussy for a guy.
Oof.
I mean.
Yeah.
Or it makes you appreciate a good one. I don't know, one of the two. But I got to imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm telling you, watching a kid be born and shit on the table, that took me a while to get back in there. It's like when there was a floater in Walled Lake. I didn't go in that thing for like a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob.
I wouldn't either.
That's what we called him.
Really?
Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure it was fine, but I was creeped the fuck out. I couldn't go in there.
Dead body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't go in there for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of scary how many, I mean, maybe doctors, I always thought they had some level of professionalism that was just above board, and
you would think.
You would hope. You would hope.
But there's creeps everywhere.
Are any chick creep doctors?
I'm sure there is.
Kind of like Jennifer Aniston in, as the
Horrible
dentist.
Bosses.
Horrible Bosses. Yep. Who wouldn't go to that dentist all day, every day?
No doubt.
I'd have the cleanest teeth in the world. But it's scary how often we're reading about this. Because you're right. It used to be like, some banana republic halfway around the world. And you're like, of course.
Yeah.
You know
know better.
He's curing you with chicken feathers and fucking smoke.
He's got a bone in his nose. What did you
are we
expect?
doing? Yeah. He's trying to cast out demons and shit, by drilling a hole in your head. So, take it for what it's worth.
Nope. I would say they are opportunistic.
Yeah. Yeah. Get a little high on the hog. Think they're the cat's ass.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. That's how you get caught. You get away with it once. Try it again. You get greedy. Next thing you know, you fingered the wrong poussey. And next thing you know, you are no longer a doctor, sir.
And in this, I think for so long it was like one woman comes forward and goes, I think he fingered me while I was unconscious, and it's like, you're crazy.
They just shove those off. Yeah.
But
then
now,
the second one comes in, they ask the doctor, like, hey, are you fucking finger banging these chicks?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
What are you
okay,
talking
just
about?
Making sure. We didn't think so. We're just making sure. Like, okay.
And they were both really fucking hot, by the way, for the record.
Yeah. And then by the 9th, they're like, okay. Something's going on here.
Yeah. Well, no, what happens now is a complaint like Mimi Detrans comes out, and then it's like the phones light up, and it's like 32 more women come out.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to be the only one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He got his paws all over other chicks' titties and vagines.
The one fucking moose comes walking in. He did. Get out of here. Bullshit. Bullshit. He's clearly got a type, and you are not it.
Yeah,
nice
sorry.
try.
Your Honor, I'm going to use the Looker defense in this case, okay? Look, I'll fucking take credit for these 31, but
don't you dare. Don't you dare associate
come on.
with that.
Christ's sake. My team photo, you think that's going to be included in my team photo?
I want that scrubbed from the record, Your Honor.
Before you bring any more witnesses in here, I'd like to remove the jury.
Yeah.
You're going to bias the jury with shit like this, Your Honor.
That'd be a Matlock move. Have them in there denying it, and then just have all these beasts come in there saying it, and finally like, no, enough. Never. Yes, of course I did these hot bitches. Look at them. I did not do those fucking, don't you
I rest my case, Your
right?
Honor. Yeah.
Fucking Mr. Brady in the briefcase maneuver.
Hell yeah. Yes, exactly. I don't like it though, man. I always thought.
What don't you like?
I always thought teachers were not shitting on me behind my back, and now I know they absolutely were.
Yeah. Well, now they're shitting on people on camera.
Yeah, true.
Behind
I just had this thought because I spend plenty of time in doctors' offices. Mm-hmm. I've been unconscious around them plenty. Yeah, there's nothing to diddle, but you know, I don't want them taking pictures or someone, you know. Oh, look at that. Sad face. Oh, send it to their boyfriend, crying emojis.
Chopsticks.
With my shriveled up fucking gray helmet.
Right? Bad enough when you're, I mean, like unconscious. The thing goes full turtle mode, wants to tuck inside you anyway.
It's buried deep inside me, and she's like, look at this. Everyone's getting their selfies with me. Like, I wanted to believe that was off the table. Couldn't happen.
Not.
And there's probably dozens of selfies that bitches and nurses have of me.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back surgery. I'm on my fucking stomach, and I've just got a lollipop in my asshole. They're all taking selfies with it. I got a candy cane. Merry Christmas, asshole. Dunk. That's my Christmas card this year.
Oh, man.
It's me cut half open in the back with a fucking...
1, 2, 3. 3.
Oh, my God. It's just awful.
It's fun to think about, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's for some people it would be. You know, if your dick's so big that they make you the fucking, you know, the
that's how they figure out who's gonna like do the surgery. You remember, like little in baseball, you throw the bat and you had to catch it, and then you had to go up to the top and see who who batted first and batted last. So who's gonna do the surgery? I don't know. All right, damn it, Bob. Yours.
It'd be one thing if you're the guy with the huge cock and they turn it into a Festivus pole. It's a Festivus for the rest of us, and they're sending selfies of you and your huge cock to all their friends. But
around their neck like a snake.
Got choked by a python at work today.
Right? Look at I can tie it in a knot.
Yeah, you like my new wristwatch? Oh, yeah, it's. Unfortunately, I would not be on the good side of the Kentucky wristwatch. No. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's talking about he's been going. He needs to just go away, right?
Yeah, he should probably just shut the fuck up in rehab.
Yeah.
But he does McAfee's show every week.
Every week, yeah.
He's out there every week.
Did you hear him call out Mr. Pfizer?
Kelsey?
Fucking loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. Mm-hmm. It was great. And then Travis Kelsey responded. And then yesterday, Aaron Rodgers was on with Pat McAfee again. And Travis Kelsey was basically like, yeah, I heard it. It was kind of a good one. Yeah. A pretty good one. And
what are you going to do? You're not going to bother taking a shit. You know what I mean? You're not going to get mad at it.
No.
And it's because he did some ad for like 2 for 1 or whatever
flu shot
it was.
And
hey, get your
Pfizer
COVID
vaccine
while you go get your flu shot. So they called him Mr. Pfizer.
Yeah.
It's totally legit.
Fucking hilarious for one. And then hearing Travis Kelsey like, well, the reason I did it, and I'm proud of it, is because I was keeping people around me safe. And it was like this 3-year-old narrative that's been
paid for it.
Wholly debunked. Wholly debunked. It's like, do you really still believe that, dipshit? Really? You think you're protecting other people by getting this fucking Pfizer vaccine shot number 12? Are you nuts?
He's banging Taylor Swift. I bet he probably does believe it.
Yeah, maybe he does.
That would be my guess.
So he said that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So, anyways, during his weekly, this is Aaron Rodgers, during his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee show, they asked him about Kelsey's recent comment. He said, who knew that I would get into the vax wars with Rodgers? And so he said, Rodgers says, Mr. Pfizer said he didn't think he'd be in a vax war with me. This isn't a war, homie. This is a conversation. But if you want to have some sort of dual debate, have me on the podcast. Come on the show. Let's have a conversation. Let's do it like John Wick 4, so we both have a second. Somebody to help us out. Rodgers says his second would be Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and you can get whoever you want, Dr. Fauci or something, or some other pharmacrat.
Pharmacrat, that's a great term.
Yeah. I love it. I love the Branch Covidians, because it turned into a cult-like thing. Here's the problem. That would be awesome. The problem is, no chance in hell would any pharmacrat, Fauci, any of them go and debate someone that knows what they're talking about.
No, of course not.
Would never happen. I promise you with 100% certainty, 100%, RFK would do that debate like we used to in the old days. Remember in the old days when we disagreed on things, we debated it out?
Yeah.
And then people got information on both sides, and then they went where they went.
Made your own opinion?
It kind of worked great in this country for hundreds of years.
A long time.
Long time. That was
until very, very recently.
Very recently. Yeah. Like when you can't win an argument.
Yeah.
When you can't win an argument, you throw rocks, and then you hide, and then you shame everybody.
Neater, homophobe.
Yeah. Neater, transphobe, pharmaphobe, whatever. So
way to kill grandma,
you
asshole.
Could literally pick any person on earth. Travis Kelce could handpick anyone on earth to be his second. I'll take Rodgers and RFK all day, every day.
10 out of 10.
And they'll smoke them.
Yep.
They'll smoke them. Fauci would fall on his face. All of them would fall on their face. So unfortunately, that debate will never happen, which is why Rodgers can say something like that, because he knows there's not a chance in fucking hell
they'll take him up
that these guys would take him up on it.
No, absolutely not. And Kelsey's doesn't have a dog in the fight, really. He has no business doing it.
He's taking money to do Pfizer.
Well, no, I understand.
So,
but,
he kind of inserted himself into the debate. He has to know there's a debate.
That's fine, but I'm saying he doesn't need to debate it. He has nothing to gain, everything
to
lose.
Which is why you bring someone that can debate it.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
Sure.
I mean, Rogan's tried this 1,000 times.
Right.
To have people that, when he had RFK on, there were certain doctors that came out and shit on him. He's like, great, come on.
I saw a thing that was, I think it was like a speech pathologist or somebody like that breaks down people's body language and speech patterns and things like that. You know, it's for like lie detector tests, things like that. I forget the exact background of it, but broke down like the Fauci, Rand Paul stuff. When Rand Paul was
you don't know what you're talking about,
right? But like specifically in that stuff, and like was pausing it in these things, okay, and saying, okay, you see what he does here? He's slowing this conversation down to
Fauci was,
yes, and like I mean, just all these little things that he was doing,
Senator. Right. Mr. Senator,
to like to an unlistenable tone, pace. I mean, it was like really like all these different things. Now, I mean, it could have been just cherry picking, but it was very interesting in like how he was saying things before, and then when it gets into like basically when he was lying, how his speech pattern changed, how his cadence changed, how his tone changed. Yeah. They were like, here's a normal statement from him. This is when he's talking about this. Yeah. This is the piece. This is the cadence, the pace, the cadence, the tone, the pitch, everything. And then when it gets into this, where he's doing that, these are these key signs of shit like that. It's just very interesting. I mean, you can't prove it, but you just see it like, oh, yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Yeah. No, that guy always looked like a clown up on the stand. And I hope they don't let it go. Because you know with 100% certainty that decisions that were being made were only financially were about financially enriching the pharmaceutical companies. Ego and huge dollars. We know about the never-ending loop of heads of these departments going on to boards of these companies. Like it is what it is. You've been we've all been bullshitted and lied to, And these guys get sued, and what does it mean if you pay out Pfizer $7 billion in fines? Well, you took $12 billion in profits.
Yeah, it means nothing.
So
it means they reached into the left pocket.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So when you find out, when you start, the more you learn about how much they really don't give a shit about your health, and it's not about, I'm not talking about all doctors. Obviously, some people get in there for the right reasons.
Of course.
But when you're talking about career bureaucrats and
they
swamp creatures, those people are not looking out for your interests.
They need customers for life.
Yeah.
They are creating customers for life. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, This, every ad that you see, the list of side effects far outweighs whatever fucking psoriasis that you were taking the fucking medicine for. Your liver's going to explode. You're going to shit your heart out. All this fucking stuff. You're going to go blind. You're going to shoot your mom in the face. All these horrible things, because you got a little plaque psoriasis on your fucking skin.
Yeah.
But then guess what? Don't worry, because we have a pill so you don't shoot your mom in the face, so your fucking heart doesn't explode. Don't worry, you can take all these pills for that. And then we have pills that, we'll take care of those side effects as well. But don't worry, your plaque psoriasis will not be a problem anymore.
I've got doctors that I see that I do trust. Now, I have doctors that I see that I go, that's adorable. Like, I understand. You got your degree.
Yeah.
You know a lot of fancy words. You're darn great. But I know.
Yes.
I know. And then I have other doctors that I can absolutely talk exactly how I'm talking to you right now, right? And he will talk to me that way.
Perfect.
Motherfucker, how you been? Get in here, motherfucker. Give me a hug, And he'll be like, oh, yeah, these cocksuckers. Dude, here's what's going on. And he'll break down all that shit. He absolutely, no, fuck these medications. Do not get that COVID shot. Are you crazy? Take your mask off. It's doing way more harm to you than wearing it. Take it off.
Yep.
I mean, and I could have real conversations with him. It's not quite that crude, but along those lines.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's seeing the difference between, because I see plenty of them.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing the difference in them is quite remarkable, actually.
Yeah. My sister is, she's not overly, she's a doctor, she's not overly involved in it. She doesn't push anything, you know. But I watched how she acted about things and how sketchy she was. I mean, I remember we were at a Benihana one time. It was just us at the table, and she was like wearing her mask, like
adorable.
Yeah, I'm like, but at the same time, I tried to give her the credit in the fact that but in that she has a responsibility to her patients.
Yeah.
To protect herself, to protect them.
Right.
So I give a little bit more leeway that way.
Totally understand.
Not necessarily being full
even
lived
if it's
hard.
just for the side
And she
show.
never told us to wear a mask. She was never, overly like that. So if anything else, it's like, okay, I got to try to make sure that I don't get it so that I don't give it to any of my patients. Now, which is cute 'cause she's a pediatrician and nothing would happen. But regardless, I tried to give her that leeway. But that's just me cutting her some slack. Anybody else, I would just slap the mask off their face.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Still, dude, there was a chick. I saw this chick at where was I? I was at the airport in Dallas, and this chick walks. So I'm getting some food. I had to get there because they were kicking me out of my hotel room. Thank you.
So I'm balls off here now.
Yeah. They were kicking me out of my hotel room at like 11, hard out at 11.
Yeah, the checkout. That's pretty much how that goes.
But you can usually request a late checkout, and they'll get to your room last. And if but they were like, we're booked solid. We can't even do late checkouts. I was like, okay, fine. And so I hung out for a little bit, and I'm like, fuck it, what am I doing? My flight's not till 3 o'clock, but I'll just get to the airport a couple hours early. So I'll get lunch and blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing there to get lunch, and some idiot walks up, just sloppy as shit, young, but just doesn't take care of themselves at all.
Yeah.
Clothes are filthy, fucking baggy, looks like some shit they got at a homeless shelter. Dyed green hair.
Shocker,
right?
Like piercings.
I couldn't tell because the mask was so big over this idiot retard's face. Just standing there and just breathing. And this mask is cloth and the filthiest thing I've ever seen. Like This idiot's been wearing this mask
Since
for
2020.
4 years. For 4 years. It's never seen a wash cycle. It's doing nothing. It's just virtue signaling at this
I
point.
don't want to give my washing machine COVID.
Yeah. And
I don't wanna
all I could
wash
do,
it.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I can't even hold it anymore. I'm just like, fucking awesome. Awesome. Now I need to sneak a picture of this moron, you know, like, thank you for looking out for my safety, sweet tits, you know. So, yeah. I didn't know how to address it. I figured it was a ma'am.
Just take a selfie.
lady.
Hey, do you mind?
Yeah. I haven't seen one of you in the wild in a while. This is new. Wow. I didn't know you idiots still existed. Hilarious.
2020 called.
Yeah, right?
They want their mask back.
God, who knew we could rely on Mario Lopez, of all people?
AC motherfucking Slater.
Yeah.
Hell
I hated
yeah.
AC Slater.
He was douchey as shit.
Oh,
wasn't
my
he?
God.
He was douchey.
The worst.
Yeah.
He's the worst character on that show. I love me some Zach.
Yeah,
I
boy,
could even stomach some Screech.
that's a tough one.
Beverly Ann Mathieson, the shit.
Oh.
Oof.
Yes.
Love me some Tiffany Amber
Strong.
Thiessen.
Strong. I just saw a picture of her the other day. She looks good.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like 50
Really
now.
holding it together. Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's crazy. Anyways, Mario Lopez coming after Gavin Newsom. So, have you heard about the Skittles ban going on in California?
Skittles ban?
Yeah.
No. Because of red dye number 4?
Number 3.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. I didn't know that was still a thing. What is the deal with red dye number 3? It's been an issue.
It's only cancer, but no big deal.
I know, but so anyways, Gavin Newsom.
I can't believe that was really it.
Yeah, the Food Safety Act, Assembly Bill 418, prohibits the sale of any candy in California that's made with red dye number 3.
I amaze myself sometimes.
Why? You know that red dye number 3.
But yeah, I think they're banning a candy from it for it.
Hell yeah.
God, love California.
So they're bragging about banning this, and it's of all people, Mario Lopez.
Hey, the hero we didn't know we needed.
Exactly. Said California becomes the first U.S. state to ban Skittles and 12,000 additional products for cancer-causing additives after he signed this blah, blah, blah. Food Safety Act. Crime is through the roof. Worst drug epidemic ever. Homelessness at an all-time high in California. Let's focus on Skittles.
Yeah.
Lopez wrote. Wow.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't think he'd stick his toe into that conversation. Mm-hmm. You know, that's not his lane.
Right.
I mean, he's as fucking Dancing with the Stars goofy as you can get.
Has anybody reached out to Marshawn Lynch about this? See how he feels?
Ooh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm tired of Marshawn Lynch, too.
It's funny for him never saying anything in the NFL. He says way too much now.
Way too much now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not very good at any of it.
No. I did see he was
Remember
doing
Dwayne Bowe?
Dwayne Bowe, the receiver
for the
Kansas City?
Chiefs? Yeah. Taste Dwayne Bowe?
Taste Dwayne Bowe? Yeah.
That was his little slogan back then. He did Skittles one time long before Marshawn Lynch did.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I saw a clip on TikTok, I think, today of Marshawn Lynch on Shannon Sharp's podcast. Mm-hmm. And he drops the N-bomb 600 times.
Yeah.
Marshawn. Mm-hmm. The whole time. He doesn't even put the A on the end of it, like, nothing like that.
No. Doesn't have to.
No. But he was talking about what a fucking piece of shit kind of Russell Wilson is. And I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Because Russell Wilson strikes me as the most fraudulent
You have
individual.
been a Russell hater.
Dude, and it's not because he was in the Seahawks and played the Niners well.
No.
Like, look, Brett Favre beat their ass. Rodgers beat their ass. Like, I have no problem with that. I don't hate Troy Aikman. He was the biggest rival of my Niners growing up, right?
Yeah.
The biggest. There's certain people, you just hear them, you look at them, you see them, and you go, you're a fucking fraud. You're a fraud. I don't believe you. That is Russell Wilson to me.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. And so, anyways, he's talking on this podcast. I'm like, yeah, that's what I think. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I don't know, man. We played on the field. And he said at one time, there was a game we were playing, I don't know who they were playing, Tampa Bay. And he's like, and they're secondary. Let's be honest, they sucked. And he said everyone assumed that Russell was going to have 500 yards pass. It was going to be one of those games where he's just going to fucking light them up and torch them. Well, it didn't really happen that way. And he said, So I reached out to our media guy after the game, and I said, hey, give me Russ's number. I want to call him. And basically just let him know.
You don't know Russell's number? You're his teammate?
His teammate, yeah.
Okay.
Which is what Shannon Sharp said. Like, he's like, no, bro. And he says, so the media guy's like, hold on, I'll call you back. All right. And then the media guy calls Marshawn back, and he's like, did you talk to him? He's like, no, you didn't give me his number. He goes, no, he was calling you. He goes, no, I got one call from a blocked number. He's like, yeah, that was Russ. Are you fucking kidding me? He's calling me from a blocked number?
Jesus.
And he's like, so he calls back, and I'm talking to him, and he said, my whole point, I was just trying to let him know, like, when we're out there together, I got you. I got your back. I expect you to have my back. Mm-hmm. There's days I'm going to need to carry the load. There's days you're going to need to carry the load. And Russ could not understand what he was saying and took it as like some sort of offense. And he's just like, bro. And I was like, yeah. Everything about the guy seems like a fucking fraud to me.
Ironically, there's another bit from that same interview that I saw where he's talking about Aaron Rodgers at Cal together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when Marshawn was a freshman. And they were out doing whatever. And so Marshawn was like third, fourth string at this point, right?
Sure.
He's like, he goes, I never saw anything. They brought me in for one play. All of a sudden, they were like 2-4, whatever his number was in college. So like, get in there. And he was like, okay, I get in there. I'm all set. They call the play. I'm ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Snap the ball. He's like, I go the wrong fucking way. He's like, I'm supposed to go left. I go right. Everybody goes left. I start going right. He's like, I take a step and I know it. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, so I start going. He goes, and Aaron Rodgers, he goes, turns to hand the ball off. I'm not there. He said, looks back, sees, does a behind the back little handoff, gets me the ball. He said, I hit it. He said, since I went the wrong way, he said, it kind of fucked the whole play up. He said, I hit a seam. Boom, I'm gone. I score on the play. He's like, my one thing, I take it to the house. So I come back. He said, my running back coach is fucking screaming at me. Huh. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I scored. He was like, what wrong fucking way? He was like, but I scored. Yeah. Like, I'll give a shit. You did it wrong, He said, so he is lighting me up on the sidelines. He goes, and Aaron Rodgers comes running over there, and he goes, Coach, that was on me. I called the wrong play. And he was like, bullshit. No, you didn't. He's like, he didn't say that before you came walking up over here. He was like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, that was me. That's all on me. He was like, and I knew right then that he was a G.
Yeah.
That was,
I looked at him like that cat forever.
He goes, I was a nobody freshman coming in. I ran the wrong play. He goes, first of all, it made me look like a hero with this behind the back Kobe shit handoff he gave me, like smooth as shit.
Yeah.
He goes, and then I take it to the house. He goes, and then he comes over. He goes, he had nothing to gain from that,
Yeah.
He goes, but he came over there.
But he did have something
But
to
he
gain.
did, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between an Aaron Rodgers and a Russell Wilson.
I love hearing stuff about these guys, and not to bring it back to my Niners, obviously, but I know quite a bit about them. But Brock Purdy, and I think I've said it before, what they noticed right away when they would score a touchdown, he wouldn't come to the sideline and like high five the coaches and all that shit until after the extra point. And the offensive linemen were coming off the field. So he could fucking high five those guys first.
Okay, nice.
And it was like, who would even think of something like that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no. These are my guys.
It just shows the discrepancy and the variance of people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I tell you, Russ is a fraud.
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
And I don't mean... He's shitting the bed.
He's shitting the bed. And Denver signed literally the worst deal in the hit. They're like, oh, you're banking $50 million a year you got 2 years left on that contract? Let's add 4 to it and pay you $200 million. It's like the dumbest fucking contract. They didn't have to address him for 2 years. Let's just see how he does. He's kind of sucked dick in Seattle the last 2 years.
Right.
How about since we've got him for free for 2.5 years, no. Just throw the whole bag at him.
Sean Payton's got to be ripping his hair out.
Oh, my God.
I'm stuck with this shit.
This is what I'm dealing with now. Mm-hmm. Ugh. And I don't mean Russell Wilson can't ball. I watched him at Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. I don't remember where he was before that, but he had great seasons in Seattle. He was an absolute nightmare to deal with. I think he's a fraud as a human being. That's what I mean.
Wasn't he one of the no sex before marriage guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, one of those clowns. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. That you'll find out was getting whores at some point.
Probably, but either way, I don't trust it either way.
Yeah.
If you're not dipping your pen in that ink, I don't trust it. I'm not buying that shit if I don't know what we're talking about.
And that's just, like he also got like a he has his own office in Denver. None of the players do, but part of his contract is he's got his own office in like the executive suites.
Yeah, that's not really endearing yourself to your teammates.
No. That's when the whole line forgets the snap count and just stands there while the D line crushes your quarterback on a free run.
Yep.
It's the umpire who's making shitty calls and the catcher fucking sidesteps one and lets you just take one in the fucking chest at 100.
Yep.
It's one of those.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Peyton had something, I can't remember exactly the quote on it, but early on when he was doing all that, and he was like, how about you fucking worry a little bit less about the brand and a little more on football, shall we?
Yes. Yeah. So true.
Yep, exactly.
So true.
Oh, well.
Anyway, Mario Lopez. Mario Lopez strikes me as the most, of anyone in Hollywood, the most vanilla, safe, never offensive, not going to offend anyone. Just let me stay in Hollywood. I'll do extra.
Exactly. Whatever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Just pay me. He's Ryan Seacrest. He's a Mexican Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah. Maybe he's talented as shit. Who knows?
Yeah, he probably is on some level.
He's just a fucking rock star behind the scenes.
Yeah, no. He's just, he is what he is.
It's Wayne Brady.
He's worse than Wayne Brady. But this is coming out strong for him. Mm-hmm. This tells you how bad things are in California. But you know what I'd say, Mario?
Yep.
You keep voting for these clowns. This is what you get.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure that Mario did vote for it. So
I'm pretty sure he would have. Yeah, he would have. Whoever the masses told him to vote for, he would have.
Not sure. When it comes down to it, that's the beauty of our election system. When it's all said and done, it's just you and a fucking ballot.
Yeah.
And you can put whatever you want on there. You can tell people whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can not tell people whatever you want. But when it comes right down to it.
I know some people. Some people who are like.
Yeah, that'll tell you one thing.
To my grave. You're goddamn right I'm voting for Trump next time. Mm-hmm. But to my grave, I wouldn't tell a fucking soul, and I'll deny it to my death.
Yep. Yeah, which is tragic.
It would ruin marriages. It would ruin marriages for some people.
Yeah. I remember I was...
multiple people have told me that when I've questioned them.
I can't remember what the election was. It was when I was married. Well, I think the fucking idiot was voting for Hillary, my ex-wife. And we had talked
Sounds about right.
We had talked about it before, right? And I was working, and I knew I had to work late, and it was going to be hard for me to go. I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to go vote or whatever, and da-da-da. And
you have to.
And no, it wasn't that or whatever. And she was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to, whatever. And I'm like, okay, and then say, yeah, like we had talked about, but not specifically, like who are you going to vote for? Whatever. We were married, we had conversations. And I didn't think she was going to go vote. And then she had given me the impression that she wasn't going to go vote because something else. She was going to be with the kids and didn't want to take the kids there. They were babies at the time, whatever, something. And, and I got home from work and it was late. And there was like not long until the polls closed. And I came home and she like had her I voted sticker on or something. And I was like, oh, you ended up going? She was like, yeah. I go, well, who'd you vote for? She was like, Hillary. I was like, God damn it. Now I got to go fucking cancel your vote. Yeah. I fucking got in my car and went straight down there to go vote. Like neither one of we could have just not done it.
Yeah.
Now I have to go fucking do it to cancel your vote.
Yeah. I think
that's what it was. No, I think that's what it was. Is that I knew she was going to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if I'm going to vote, I'm going to vote the other way. You're going to vote that way. I'm like, we just won't. And we don't have to deal with it. No harm, no foul. We just cancel each other out.
Yeah.
And that was the agreement. That's what it was. So long I was getting cloudy on it.
Yeah.
And then I come home like right before the fucking polls closed and she's got her I voted fucking sticker on it. That might have been what it was. I like walked in the door and I saw her sticker and I was like, fuck! Just turned around and walked out.
Now I got to go vote. Now I got to
back in the car
fix
and went
what
back
you
to
just
it.
did. Thanks. By the way, before we get to Ask T-Roy, radiofor1.com, Amazon link, Amazon Canada, there's still great deals going on there. So go to radiofor1.com. Please help us out any way you can. Every little bit helps. I don't care if you're buying toilet paper rolls or you're spending $20,000 on office.
Doesn't have to be Amazon Prime days. You use Amazon every single day.
But you do use Amazon every fucking day. So please think about us. My Pillow, promo code TDC. Please, as long as my pillow's still active. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sounds like he's going under, you know? They want to destroy this guy like they want Trump. So for now, get your pillows, get your slippers, get your whatever, your sheets. The
Pretty
sheets
good
are
deals
fucking
going on.
awesome. Great deals. Use promo code TDC.
The geezers.
Yes, the Giza sheets, I swear. But
5-on-5 basketball games every day.
Yeah. Find out where the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Establish the hierarchy.
Yeah,
Two oldest start drafting.
Yep.
Pick your teams.
Let's see. I tried my best, but I wanted to be a friend rather than a disciplinarian.
Oh, that never ends well.
And I always gave in.
You're fucked.
I assume that because my
Especially when you're outnumbered 10-1. Absolutely not. You cannot possibly give an inch.
Well, don't bitch at her yet. You don't know.
I am. No, 100%. I do. It doesn't even matter what this is. I know you already fucked up.
Yeah. Well,
But give me an example of how badly she fucked up.
yeah. I assume that because my husband and I never did bad things around them while they were growing up, and because I always resisted peer pressure when I was a teen, they would follow in our footsteps. But I was wrong. They are now mean to me, and most of them hate me.
No respect for you. That's why.
I sometimes feel like I don't want to go on because I'll always feel sad and depressed. I can't remember the last time I was happy and didn't dread waking up every morning. Please find time to answer and give me some hope again. Broken.
That's way too late. It's way too late.
It's
You
over.
can't reel it back in.
Yeah.
I mean, the best that you can do is bide your time until they're adults. Yeah, and they figure it out, and they come back around, and they become reasonable human beings.
Right.
But you lost. There is no getting it back because you'll never.
What is she trying to do? Validate herself with?
I don't. Well,
through
no,
the
they just
kids?
don't. They don't respect her. That's. I mean, it's. It's like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like training a puppy, right? I mean, I'm not saying you fucking smack him in the face with newspaper and you fucking beat the shit out of the dog, but I'm saying that you have to train a dog. You have to train it because they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't inherently know these things. They need to be trained.
Sure.
Right? And so people are like, you don't yell at a dog. You don't discipline a dog. Like, no, you have to.
Yeah.
It's not because you're being mean. It's because you're training the dog. It's for the greater good of everyone involved, right?
For all of society.
Yes. If you just let a dog do whatever the fuck it's going to do, it's going to do whatever the fuck it's going to do. It's never going to listen to you. It's going to shit and piss wherever it wants. It's never going to do what it's going to do. So a little bit of fucking tough love in the beginning and discipline and repercussions goes a long way for a long, happy life.
Yeah.
The same goddamn thing goes with kids.
Yeah, they're idiots. Children
Spare
are
the rod,
morons.
spoil the child. You know, I'm on some level. I'm not saying you beat your kids, but you can't just be the friend. Believe me, I've been in that situation. I've been the bad guy. Good cop, bad cop with the X. I'm always the bad cop.
Yeah.
You know? And it was used against me. But you lose you never it works for a while until they understand that they own you.
Yeah.
And then you're lost it.
Yeah.
You'll never get it back. And then it's even worse.
And then when they get older, they start making comments, realizing what a fucking piece of shit the other one is.
Yes, right.
That's the way that goes.
Exactly.
Because they don't grow up and have respect for that.
No, they have no respect for it, and you lost it. You have to establish that early. So, sweet tits, Miss Blown Out Uterus.
Yeah.
First of all, 10?
10.
Fucking 10?
Yeah, and you fucking broke all of them.
Jesus
Don't you think
Christ.
you'd learn on kid number 4, like, maybe a different tack? These ones are turning out really
These are
shitty.
really assholes, right?
Yeah, maybe I ought to do something here.
No, yeah, you're totally screwed. You're just going to have to take this one on those big fucking saggy, nasty tits for another 18 years or so until they're all grown enough to realize that they treated you like shit. But until then, you're going to be treated like shit over and over and over. And it's going to get worse with every kid because they're going to see it and expound upon it.
Yeah, that was a good one. You nailed that one.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was good.
Personal experience.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's the best. That's the best way to get a take on something.
Yeah.
Live through it. Go through it. Emails. Steve says that garbage you read.
Okay.
This must be yesterday's.
Here we go. Yeah. Sure.
Look, man.
You're Al Jazeera.
I was going out of my way to
hold
not
on.
be propagandized.
Hold on. Okay.
That's all.
Let's hope that this
was there.
Let's hope that this goes into specifics and not just say that garbage you read.
Okay.
You better back it up, Steve, with some facts and some evidence about what you're going to say, and let's just hope it's not whatever you heard on MSNBC.
That garbage you read was pretty much the way it worked. Okay.
Okay, sorry. I got you misled me.
Well,
on that
the
bit.
subject is that garbage you read.
Okay.
And then it picks up with the first. I didn't catch that until just
Gotcha.
now.
Okay, sorry. I came in hot.
Was
I'm still
pretty
worked
much-
up from the fucking blown out uterus.
Yeah, I got you. Winston Churchill was a big proponent of a Jewish state as well. I am Team Israel simply because they have soundly defeated all their enemies more than once. I have a lot of respect for the toughness of the Israelis. However, I agree with T-Roy that this probably has more to do with the military-industrial complex feeling hunger pangs as Americans sour on spending more money on Ukraine. The big question is who poked Hamas and who controls the pokers.
Yep.
Money and power, money and power. Have a nice day.
Let's see. I mean, there's a little thing that you called follow the money,
Yeah.
right? And Iran just supposedly has been funding Hamas and gave them all those weapons.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think that we just gave them $6 million
Billion with a B.
a billion with a B. We just gave Iran $6 billion. Well, that buys a lot of good missiles.
Yeah. The Democrats are even coming out now going, dude, you need to sanction the fuck out of them, stick to it, and lock that $6 billion back up.
Yeah. Okay.
like-
If only there was a goddamn
like,
adult.
where am I?
If only
Where am I?
sad that I'm talking about Trump being an adult.
Yeah.
The grown up in the White House.
Right. It's funny. I miss having
comical.
grown up in the White House.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we didn't have these problems then. People didn't get out of line.
Your boy James is fucking with me.
Uh-oh.
You asked to write in. Did I say something about what were we talking about gay stuff?
You'd have to be more specific.
Right. It was yesterday because he says, you asked us to write in. Closest I've ever come to anything gay is this guy I listen to who can't stop plowing his ass with a French reverse toilet.
It was the hazing. All the gay
Hazing,
stuff
yeah.
with the hazing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Closest he's come. Apparently he listens to this.
Yeah.
Calling it.
All right. Well, enjoy your dirty ass.
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep smearing shit all over your asshole, James. As Randy Marsh once said. All right, let's get out of here, T.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up there, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll all join us then.